All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, coming back with another video, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Right, strong Shalom, Shalom, and we here and we showing you that there's prophecy taking place, man. Right, some deep prophecies, right, on the lower scale, right, but they only gonna escalate as the time goes on. It's gonna escalate. Right, and if you're a brother in this truth, you call yourself serving the Most High, you should be watching diligently, like it states in 2nd Ezra 9. Right, you should be watching the time diligently in itself, man. Discerning the times and going out there on the highways and byways and telling the people what's going on. Being that that watchman, right? That watchman for the children of Israel, man. You're supposed to be watching over the nation. Right? Just like the Lord set up Ezekiel to be a watchman over the land of Israel, man. Right? Jeremiah, etc. You got to be like the prophets of old, and you got to examine the times and, tell the people the times that they're in. And we had a time of, of great sorrow and death, right? There's going to be a lot of death on this earth, right? It's going to be a lot of people, 2nd Ezra 9 and 22, that's going to die being born in vain, right? People that's not seeking out the Lord, they vain, man, and they gonna perish, right? But let's get into the topic, though. It says China takes desperate wartime. When someone's desperate, they got to do whatever they got to do, even if it's in whatever situation, if it's demasculating for them, or low, or it interferes with their pride, or whatever the case may be. They desperate, man. They clinging and grabbing and scratching for whatever it is that got to get done, right? So China takes desperate wartime measures to stop coronavirus. Measures to stop coronavirus in Wuhan, man, because this pestilence that's out there, right? So let's get a video real quick, and we're going to get into precepts. Bear with me, Israel. Right, so this desperate wartime measure is them forcing people into quarantines, man. And this is prophecy. Right. Hey, and knowing these nations, they probably just ran in and kicked the door down and bust through. No warning, no nothing. Just came in and grabbing people up. Yeah, they kind of dragging this out, but people getting dragged out, man. They not playing. Look, his garments is ripped. He probably got the coronavirus now. He exposed. Look at this, man. But anyway, let's see. Let's see if I can get another video real quick. I seen a better one earlier. I'm not gonna stay on it too long, but you seen, they forcing people out of their homes to quarantine them now, man. All right, let's get that in the Bible. 2nd Ezra 16, verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Right, so the times to come, there's going to be an insurrection. You could call it martial law, Jacob's trouble, abusement of, authority, or whatever you want to call it. They're going to be abusing their authority, and they're going to be locking cities down. And, you're going to be locked down in one city, right? Let me get another preset real quick to go on that. 2nd Ezra, bear with me. 15, I believe it's 14. Hold on, bear with me, Israel. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right, to go back on here, it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection on those that fear the Lord. Right, so they're going to have an insurrection, and it's going to be, crime scene tapes all over. You're going to try to go on the bridge and try to escape and go into New York. They're going to have the police there, sitting there, watching the same way you supposed to be watching while you in this truth and watching for the signs of the time. They're going to be watching to see if any of you, Jake, try to go to the next cities, and they mess around, shoot you down, man. Shoot you down, shackle you up, spit on you, kick you up, and damn near throw you over the bridge, man. That's how the world works, man. Right? Or that's how the Lord works, Slakia. Right? That's his judgment. Right? You can get judgment anytime, man. Right? And the Lord don't got respect to persons. So, to go back into this, though, it's going to be an insurrection, man. You're not going to be able to go to the cities next to you. Right? A great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They, in the day is the heathens, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, meaning crazy men, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Right? 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So they're going to cast people out their houses as a sign of the times, man. And in China, to force people to the quarantines, they go in the houses and they breaking down houses, doors, and they grabbing people up and snatching them, man. Y'all seen the worker, man? His garments was ripped. That's how much of a struggle that man was given. Right? At them quarantines, they probably putting things in your mouth, cutting you open. These people, they scared to go to these quarantines because they don't know what they doing, man. They could be giving them the coronavirus, man. You never know. Right? Verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So in those times, you brothers and sisters that's in this truth, or you trying to come in this truth, you're going to be tried in fire like gold, man. Right? Like when you going and mining for gold, and then you got to put it in that fire to melt away all the impurities, like the dirt and the whatever you don't want in the gold, man. You're going to be tried as that gold in the fire. And if the Lord is trying you, and you just keep you as that gold, you just keep trying to gravitate to that dirt. You really don't want the dirt to come off. You want the dirt to stay on you. The Lord going to put you to death in those days, and you're not going to get the kingdom. Right? So he said, in those days shall my chosen be known. So soon we going to know, right? When the chariots come down, we going to know who the elect is, man. Right? We going to, everyone's going to discover each other's shame in those days. Right? Verse 74, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So he's not saying he's delivering all, but if you keeping them commandments, man, you're going to be saved. You're going to get the kingdom, right? You're going to inherit the nations. You're going to put that rod of iron on the nations. And you're going to live in everlasting peace and prosperity in the kingdom, man. If you keeping those commandments. And if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. Right? So you got to, in these times, Israel, you got to be watching. Right? Let's get it, though. Let's grab it up real quick. This is one of my favorite precepts. Right? 2nd Esdras 9. He said, it's like 2nd Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the Lord is visiting the world right now, man. You know, he's like that peeping Tom. He's looking through the curtains and he's witnessing and he's seeing everything that Israel is doing, right? Don't think he don't know what you doing, man. The Lord knows everything that you doing, right? In the book of Ezekiel, the Lord was grabbed up Ezekiel and was showing him everything that the Israelites was doing that were abominations in his sight, man. So the Lord sees all things, right? You know, so I'm going to end it there. And, you know, actually, let me get one precept. It's like Revelations 22:14. And it says, actually, I want the whole verse, the whole thing. So bear with me. And we're going to skip down to 14 and on down. All right, so Revelations 22:14. And it says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. All right. That's all I want to bring out with that. But, you know, for without are dogs. Without that kingdom, without the kingdom is dogs, man. In verse 12, check this out. He said, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. So the Lord is coming quickly, man, with his reward. And his reward could be good or bad, depending on what you did in this world, man. If you was wicked, you know, if you was wicked and doing all manner of folly and abomination in the sight of the Lord, you're going to be put to death, right? That's your reward. And if you've been keeping these commandments, going out on the highways and byways, right, as a woman, reverencing your husbands, staying home, being chaste, you know, being humble, shamefaced, respectful, right? You know, doing whatever you can for the servants of the Lord, right? Or even for Israel as a whole, you know. Ultimately, everything we do is supposed to be for Israel, right? You know, and if you're not a brother on the highways and byways, keeping the commandments to the best of your ability, right? Because there ain't no shame in the game, man. If you playing the game and you playing your cards right, you don't got to be out on the highways and byways. The Lord requires that of you, but everyone has a lot. Everyone has a thing or a specific role in this truth, man. So whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing in this truth, make sure you're doing it to the best of your abilities, man. So you can inherit the kingdom. And, you know, you can gain your reward. And most high willing, your reward is good, man. You don't want to seek out, you know, death. Who wants to, you know, Jake wants to seek out death. Jake won't come out upright and tell you, you know, I want to seek death. I'm seeking death. I'm trying to die. When the Lord comes back, I'm really actually looking forward to dying. But through their actions, they show that they are very, you know, proud of their reward, which is death, right? So you got to keep the commandments, you know, and you know, so you could get the kingdom, right? You got to show your faith by your works, man. You can't have faith and say you don't got works, right? And, you know, you got to take in this word so it can save you, man. The Lord said this word can save your soul. Bear with me. All right. I'm going to start at 19. Actually, I'm 22. James 1:22. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. So if you're not being a doer of the word, You only deceiving yourself, man. You're not deceiving me. You're not deceiving you damn sure not deceiving the Lord. Because the Lord ordained you and ordained your role in this truth from the beginning. So if you're not doing the works, you're not fooling nobody. You only deceiving your own selves, man. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. And the natural face, the natural face, the natural face is you being in the world, man. You being natural. You doing everything everybody else is doing, man. Right? Didn't the Lord say, you will be mocked, right? Bear with me, hold on. I'll get 2 Chronicles. (36) and verse 16. And it says, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. Right? So, you being a hearer of the word and not a doer, you being, like it said in the book of James, you being that man beholding your natural face and going back into the world, man. Right? And if you being natural, you're not doing the works of the Lord, because the Lord said you will be mocked as a messenger of the Lord. And if you being natural, you ain't being not mocked, because you're doing everything everybody else is doing, man. You don't. There's no difference between you and Jake if you only being a hearer and not a doer. Right? Let's get another one. All right. 1 Peter 4:4, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same access of riot, speaking evil of you, man. So if you really doing the works of the Lord, there's going to be evil, people going to have evil tidings for you, man. Speaking evil of you, man. Right? But if you only being a hearer, you just that natural man, and you just like everybody else, man. Right? You just another man in New York City walking down the subway, taking the subway, sightseeing. You just like everybody else, right? You got to be different, set apart, right? Chosen, So that being said, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom.